Good day, everyone, and welcome to the Grumpy Old Gamers podcast. You can't teach an old gamer new tricks. I'm Ryan, and with me, as always, my good buddy Rob.
Hey, how you doing?
As usual, Rob just bringing the energy. Just
so tired. How you doing, fella?
Maybe we should move this to Fridays so that you're not so hungover after partying all weekend.
Yes.
On the Monday, because that's what the problem was. Right?
Yep. Oh yeah. It's a long weekend.
Yeah.
Kids want to do all the things.
Things are easing up here in our province. So
yeah.
Actually feeling a little bit more normal.
That's right. Been licking random strangers.
Yeah.
Just be like, hey.
People have been surprisingly acceptable of this. It's
true.
Yeah.
Just the human contact they've been missing. So
yeah. I've been doing elbows. I just walk up to people and lick their elbows. They don't seem to mind that so much.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Rob,
we're here to talk about video games.
Yeah, this is episode 93.
Hey.
And we keep taking weeks off like we just did.
Yep.
We're never going to reach that episode 100.
Nope.
And that's the only little bit of housekeeping I had is that, we took last week off. Again, it was kind of a slow news week, and the weather's been amazing. And so, we figured we'd just compact it all into this 2 weeks later.
One compressed, yet still equally delightful.
Absolutely.
Podcast.
So, and I guess in other housekeeping, I'll just say, as I always do at this point, if you want to get a hold of us, you can send us an email to makeusgrumpy@gmail.com. We'd love to chat with you. And if you're watching or listening to this anywhere, just give a like or a comment, just something. It helps us out immensely. It really does.
Operators are standing by for your
Operators are standing by waiting for your call. All right. Well, I'm going to start us off easy. Just a little bit of news, but I thought it was a lot of people were surprised by this. But there's a surprise drop of Shadow of the Tomb Raider getting a surprise PS5 patch, which bumped it up to 60 FPS 4K on the PS5. So a lot of people were pretty excited about that. But I have a question for you. Which one in the series is Shadow of the Tomb Raider? Because those
I don't know the naming nomenclatures anymore. I'm assuming the newest one, right? Like
probably, right?
It's got to be the newest one. I think there's the Shadow and the ray tracing of the Tomb Raider, and then the Return of the Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider comes back.
All of those, right?
Tomb Raider 2, Electric Boogaloo, I think was my favorite.
Yeah. I honestly can't wait to play that.
I mean, I think all our favorites was the mobile game. I don't know. There was a mobile game, right? Like I think there was.
I imagine.
Yeah.
I imagine there's been tons of failed mobile games, but you know what? That's a good little segue for talking about failed mobile games. I'm going to jump all over our news in order here, but Dr. Mario World is going dark in November 1st. And what, may you ask, is Dr. Mario World? Well, it was Nintendo's attempt at putting Dr. Mario on your phones.
Yeah.
Did you tried it? Because I'm pretty sure
I sure did.
I'm pretty sure we talked about it on here.
Yeah.
It's like I just wanted to play Dr. Mario.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to have.
Before you continue on,
yes,
if you'd like to continue on with your thought, please insert 4 gold coins.
Right.
To continue talking about Dr. Mario World.
I got your gold coins right here, buddy.
That was a clever way of pointing out why it didn't do very well. At
Yeah,
least in my humble opinion. That's
but also like I just wanted to play Dr. Mario. Like I
yep,
wanted to have the pills drop. I wanted to spin them,
that's right.
and they totally changed the gameplay of it too. Like it you kind of dragged it down the screen, and it was uh it was a mess.
It was a mess.
Um, so they are stopping the purchase of their premium currency starting. Oh, it's already passed July 29th. So if you're listening to this and we're hoping to buy some more premium currency
There will be none for you.
in Dr. Mario World, there will be none for you.
Yep.
But yeah, like um, I think Mario Kart also has a bunch of
Sure does.
pay to win, pay behind
Yep.
wall kind of stuff.
Hmm.
But it seems to be still doing okay. Um, but yeah, this one just did not pan out for them,
No.
which is fine because I'll just boot it up on my, in the 17 other places I've bought
Yeah.
Dr. Mario and
And you
just
can play the actual game.
play the actual game.
Hmm.
What else we got here? Oh, so the Coalition, which is
USNF. Sorry, that's an old 1990s word joke.
right.
Uh,
Um, they're the super group that it's a bunch of like really big developers got together or that
mhm.
have left big developers and put together their own AAA company.
Right.
And they're working their first, I think, official game is the new Perfect Dark coming out for Xbox.
Ah, okay.
Um, they uh, they put together a tech demo of Unreal 5 running on a Series X.
Hmm.
And I don't know, should I play it right now, Rob? Do something a little different? And
Yeah, I guess we're not, even if we get copyright stricken, we're not making money off this. So,
yeah. Okay, let me see how do you do this sharing stuff,
you
Rob?
got to hit the button.
Oh, it says you've disabled screen sharing.
What?
Host. It says host has disabled screen sharing.
I didn't know it was a thing I could do.
I didn't either.
Participants. I'm going to check it out right now. More. Uh, it's not even an option in here.
How about I send you? How about I just send you the link and you play it for us? How's that sound?
Oh, I've got it on my YouTube right now.
You got her?
I was just
Oh, okay.
just YouTube.
So I know this is bad for the audio portion of the podcast, but I'll include a link in the notes here so that you can look it up on your when you're at a computer or on your phone or whatever. It's pretty good. If this
Okay.
if this is
Share
what we
screen.
have to look forward to, I kind of can't wait.
Right. Okay, this is it, I think. Share screen. You see in the screen now?
Seeing the screen.
All right. Let's just make that big. There we go.
There we go.
Let me know how the volume is. Is it pretty loud?
No, there's actually no sound coming through.
Well, all right then. You know what? There's not much sound anyways, so
No, it's just
it's
kind of
like,
background music. So it really shows off a lot of the just ray tracing and
yep,
reflection.
100 million triangles. So many triangles.
Oh, like it's photorealistic. Like I don't know how else to describe it.
You're photorealistic.
I try to be.
You do a good job at it. So yeah, I mean the lighting's cool. It's yeah, lots of reflections.
It's a very good tech demo.
Yeah, and then it's just credits.
Yeah.
I won't play the credits here, but um yeah.
Yeah, I will include a link to that in the show notes there. It's well worth a watch. It's only a minute of your time if you like seeing tech demo-y stuff. It is the thing to check out.
Yeah. It looks pretty impressive in 4K too if you've got the means to check it out.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I don't know. I was more impressed. It looks cool and all, but I was more impressed with the one they released. I think it was a year ago with the actual, the protagonist in it, and she's flying around, and
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was like,
Oh, that
bit
was a
more to it.
PS5 demo, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's a PS5 of the Unreal 5 engine
Yeah.
as well. So yeah,
Hmm. All
we
right.
both took a drink at the same time. That's great for
Yeah.
that's great for the audio there. Did they both just stop talking? I guess
Yeah,
so.
that was poorly timed. Poorly timed.
That's
Well, so honestly, the biggest news that is broken in the last 2 weeks, um, it's not even anything cool. It's
oh, but sure not.
uh,
It's the very opposite of
it
that.
is the very opposite. A major lawsuit has been brought against Activision Blizzard. Um, I don't even know where to start or even where to dive in on this.
Yeah.
I mean, they're being sued over one of the major things is widespread harassment of women that work at Activision Blizzard. And I mean, there's just so much. Like it just like after reading a bunch of this stuff, it made me kind of realize possibly why a lot of the people who kind of founded Blizzard had abandoned ship, like because but I don't know how much of it was there before Activision took
Mhm.
over. And
Sure.
and but well, actually, you know what? I think I answered my own question because a lot of the people who were named in these lawsuits, Blizzard is already going in and removing um, characters and things that were named after some of the developers, like some of the
Oh.
build developers.
Hmm.
Um, like one of the big ones I read about was oh crap, what was his name? Uh oh, of course I can't remember his name right now.
Hopefully not like Deckard Cain or something like that,
No,
right?
no,
That would be.
it's the gunslinger in Overwatch. Um, he was named for someone who's been named in the
Oh.
yeah
Oh dear.
yeah. Um, so that's a big problem because like are they gonna rename him? McCree, yes, McCree. So one of the people named in the lawsuit is somebody McCree,
Okay.
and they named this gunslinger McCree after him. So they're really wondering what to do about that because there's a bunch of like Easter eggy type characters in World
Yeah.
of Warcraft
Sure.
and stuff
Sure.
that
Yeah.
uh that they've just gone in and started changing the names of, like, just to show a little something, to show that they're
Yeah.
doing a little something, right? Like it doesn't fix it doesn't fix a lot of stuff. The thing that the thing that got me most disgusted was reading about the Bill Cosby suite
Yeah.
because it was named because of allegations of like women being
Hmm.
not treated so well in there, Rob.
Yeah. There's been some of the allegations appear to go way back,
Mm-hmm.
and it's really unfortunate. I mean, it's good that it's coming to the forefront now, because if nothing's going to come out of it now, then it sometimes takes something like this to get it changed. I mean, unfortunately, one of the women who had this happen to her has actually committed suicide over the whole thing.
Yeah.
Um, it's it is really it's really awful. Like, without some of the details that have come forward are very, very, like, you wouldn't believe it would happen in a business. And we're not going to get into a lot of the details
No.
because if you want to, it's out there.
Yeah.
But It's definitely a very bad look on the company right now, and on all the people who've been treated this way. So, um,
Actually, last Wednesday, a bunch of staff walked out,
mhm,
did a walkout,
yeah,
and in in game as well. There's been like just people stopped. They log in and they're gathering in one place, like basically protesting.
sure, yeah,
Um, I don't have the article open here, but there was some crazy statistic too that suddenly like 25% of the paying subscribers of World of Warcraft have have stopped their subscriptions, and
yeah, yeah. It's not surprising. It's grotesque.
it is. The walkout was planned because the initial response from Activision Blizzard was very much like, yeah, this is all out of context. It
Yeah,
happened a long time ago. You know,
hmm
instead of owning up to anything.
trying to sweep it all under the rug, which isn't going to go very well.
Yeah. I'm like you said, I'm not going to go into much, but if you really want, uh, if you really want some kind of the poster boy for what went wrong, is uh, where's his first name here? Alex Af- Afraziabi. I've probably murdered his last name there, but just take a look. Just search, just search Blizzard Activision Alex. You'll find plenty of stuff. It's um. So you know what? Like I said, we're not going to go into the gory details, but
Hmm
uh, I uninstalled Overwatch from my Switch from my computer. It's the only thing I kind of play that's Blizzard right now.
Sure, yeah,
You know, it's a little thing you can do,
hmm
and they've got my money already for it. So it's not holding anything back. But
sure, yeah.
all right. Well, after that downer, how about another downer for us Canadians?
How about it?
e, EB Games, which was electronics boutique,
Hmm
is will be rebranding to GameStop in Canada here soon.
In Canuckle Land,
Yeah,
yeah, we could all kind of see it coming, I guess. Hey, it was they've had two different companies for a while. It was like when Best Buy and Future Shop here in Canada
yeah, they're
merged. It was just kind of a you were all just kind of waiting for one of them to disappear.
it's true.
And
Yeah. So from what I've read, it actually won't be that disruptive to us,
mhm.
because they're already using GameStop's
Oh yeah, yeah.
the system. Like, um, your what is it? Your Edge card, your EB Edge
hmm
card, will
hmm
become the GameStop card. Like just next
Oh,
time you go in, you can swap it over. Like all your name and number and everything, and any credits you or points you've gotten on it or anything like that will all remain.
sure, sure.
So
Huh.
so yeah, it won't be that bad. It's just weird. Like it'd be sad to see them go because they're I mean, yeah, it's been around forever.
It's true. It's true.
What else we got here? Oh, the PS5 crossed the 10 million mark last week. 10 million PS5 sold.
We're not sure to who,
Yeah,
but
nine and a
some.
half, 9.5 million to bots, and they're all sitting in warehouses
Yep,
around
yep.
North America because that's the only people who seem to have them.
And like Ford of Brent, I think Brent. He's been through a few of them. Uh,
Yeah, I mean, I mean, I very much lucked out on mine, but I'm still not like a lot of my friends who have PS4s. Not too
mhm.
many of them have not too many of them have a PS5.
Yep.
Um, so to not let them get too much of the spotlight, Xbox released their numbers, and it was sitting at around 6.5 million Xbox Series X and S sold.
Right.
They didn't change those up.
Yeah.
Or divide them up. I mean, not change
Yeah.
them.
And we were talking too about Xbox doesn't really seem to care as much about the console because
Yeah.
if you play it on your phone, on the computer,
Mm-hmm.
so wherever you want to play,
Mm-hmm.
making all the money off the Game Pass anyway.
Yeah. That just, to go off topic as usual, because
Sure.
so there's another company that charge a yearly rate to use them,
Oh,
and it's actually their number one revenue generator, and that would be Costco. They
oh,
they make more money on their memberships
yeah.
than they do on anything else.
That's what I've heard. That's why they can take a loss in some of like their highest selling stuff. Like
Yeah.
supposedly the chicken at the
Yeah.
the chicken is one of those things that they make no money on. They actually lose it.
Yeah, they actually on the $5 roasted
Mhm.
chickens. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, a lot of people are saying, like that model can't be. I mean, can't sustain Xbox, but there's still so many people
Mm-hmm.
who don't understand
Yeah.
what Game Pass is all about.
Mm-hmm.
Which actually it led me to an interesting question I was going to ask you. So I know we both said that we're going to just buy the Forza Horizon 5 game
Mm-hmm.
when it comes out. But I was looking in the store, and they already have, you can buy the Ultimate add-on,
Mm-hmm.
and it's $50 for Forza Horizon 5,
Sure.
which is what you would be buying, which is what I would be buying if I was buying a physical copy of it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Me too. Just
So,
have all the cars and everything.
yeah. So, I mean, Xbox, the Microsoft games don't seem to be leaving
Mm-hmm.
us at all.
Yep.
Um, they so I'm
Fries are
not
done.
fries are done. So was it Brent? It was Brent.
That's awesome.
He just knows.
Yep. He just knows.
He just knows. Oh, there we go. Okay, turned it off just in time, I think. Anyways, so I'm honestly thinking I might just buy that instead of dropping the 110 on the full game, because even if you do that, even if you were to buy that full edition,
Yep.
you have to buy it digitally.
Are they not having a physical one this time?
They are, but how are you going to load up a physical copy of it?
Oh, I'd get it for PC.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. No, I know where you're going with that, and it's like, yes, because I have a Series S, and it doesn't have a disk drive at all. So, now that being said, getting a physical copy for the PC, I'm not sure. Is that a thing? I bought it for the Xbox last time.
Exactly,
or
right?
Maybe I'll buy the Xbox One version, install it on my One.
Yeah.
Upgrade it to the Series S version. But I don't know.
But I honestly think I'm just going to buy the Ultimate.
Mm-hmm.
The Ultimate pack, because it's not like you wake up one morning and they're like, Forza 5's gone. They'll give you some notice, right?
Oh yeah, sure.
And I mean, they still haven't really set a precedent, because there hasn't been that major Xbox game yet.
Mm-hmm.
And it just really seems like there hasn't been a major Xbox game in a very, very long time.
Yeah.
Like Gears 5? And was that even a major Xbox game? Like, were people clamoring to get that for their X?
Right.
So
Blinks the Cat available for Xbox.
But you know what I'm trying to say, right? Like, there hasn't like there hasn't been that major thing yet. Like, they keep saying day one Game Pass, but we don't know if they're gonna, with these bigger games, if they're gonna be like 3 months in, they'll be like, okay, yeah, we're gonna take it down now.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah.
Is all I'm. But yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Is I'm just gonna buy that ultimate, and if it looks like it's gonna go away one day, I'll just pick up the.
Sure.
Because like even with Forza Horizon 4 being on my on Game Pass now,
Mm-hmm.
but because I had ultimate on my account,
Yep.
like it recognized it,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't have to put the disc in anymore
Mm-hmm.
on my one on my 1S there.
Yep.
So it yeah, that's that's how I think I'm gonna go with that one. But you know what? Since I got off topic and got talking about about Forza, something interesting is that Forza Motorsport 7
Mm-hmm.
will no longer be available for purchase after September 15th.
Great.
Like, I guess that just mean maybe it's going off of the digital stores, but you can still buy
I would think so. Yeah.
physical copies and stuff.
You'll probably see it drop off of Game Pass too, and
Yeah. Um, oh, yeah. According to this article, it won't be on Game Pass either after the
right.
15th. So
That makes sense.
it will go away. How much older is Motorsport 7 than Horizon 4? Was it like a launch title?
I think it was a launch title actually.
Okay.
It was fairly old when it came around. Let's see if I've got
Yeah.
it kicking around. No, I don't.
But because that's only recently been added to
Mm-hmm.
the Game Pass as well, because it wasn't on there for the longest time.
Yep.
That's one that they were holding close to their chest for sure.
Absolutely, yeah. No, it was.
Interesting. I just thought I'd mention that because it just seems a little weird. Like, why make a big deal about getting rid of it unless you just don't want to have any competition for 8? Like, when 8,
Yeah. I mean, it's considering that Forza Horizon 5 is going to be out before 8 is, and they still have Forza Horizon 4 on the store as well, right? So
yeah, but no word that they're getting pulling back. So, wonder if it's like a licensing thing or something, or who knows.
I really don't know. Yeah.
All very interesting. Oh, what did I do? Okay. What else we got for you here? Well, Valve has been putting the Steam Deck through its paces, and they haven't found a game yet that won't in the Steam library that won't run at 1080p 30 FPS.
Okay.
So
did we talk about the Steam Deck? I was trying to think when it timed.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we did. Last episode we fanboyed, girled.
Yeah, we were pretty excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's exciting news.
Yeah.
I got caught up in the excitement there, but I honestly don't know if I'm going to pick one. I know I got my pre-order in on mine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm honestly not sure if I'm going to pick it up.
Yeah.
Because
I know a big thing with the Steam Deck that's really going to help it out is the fact they max the resolution out at the screen only goes to like 800p.
Right.
So it's like which on a handheld is plenty. You know, having 1080p on a screen that's, that big doesn't help. It doesn't look any better. Honestly, and in a fast-moving game, the frame rate's going to mean more than the resolution anyway. And it means that they can get it to keep the price down, keep the games running well. Because once you start dropping the resolution just a little bit, the specs to run it come way down as well, right? So that makes sense. It really does seem like a viable product. It's very interesting, and the fact it just came out of like left field.
Yeah, like from Rumorville right to right to like
Hey, we're launching
here
it.
it is.
Yep. I've heard someone say it's the I've heard someone say it's the Gabe gear after Gabe Newell from.
Yeah.
But I also heard someone say that it looks more like the Nomad, the old Genesis Nomad,
Right? It
and
absolutely does.
which makes sense because it's freaking. It's supposed to be like twice as heavy as the Switch or something. I mean, it's
Yeah.
full of all the gaming goodness, right? And if you've seen, I don't know if you saw Gabe in a interview lately. He kind of looks like a nomad. Like
It kind of
he's
does.
evidently he's been hiding in like New Zealand or Australia and just doesn't care what he looks like anymore, which is fine. That's perfectly fine. It's just kind of matches with the nomad thing
Yes.
there. He's always been like a bit of a recluse anyway, right? You know, he
Yeah.
releases something and then goes into hiding for like 3 years. No one hears from him.
Yep, absolutely. Uh yeah, it's a monster too. Like it's got so much more like size compared to the Switch. Like
Yeah,
so
which is good. Like
yeah.
puts that gives you that gaming in your hands.
Mm-hmm. So I think with all my jumping around, that's actually the last news story.
I think you got through it. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So do you have any inklings to get the Steam Deck? No?
No. It's cool, but I would be buying it because it's cool.
Yeah. That's what I kind of like I said, I got caught up in the FOMO there.
It's definitely it's pretty awesome, but it's yeah, just between the Amico, which I have to pay for here, in a few months.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For
okay.
the cost of the Amico, I could have got the base level Steam Deck, but that's okay. That's
Oh,
fine.
you're gonna love your Amico.
I think so. I think so. We were looking at they were releasing some video of the boxes that the games are coming in, and it
Mm-hmm.
won us over again because it looks like an Intellivision box.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, it does.
pretty awesome.
It is.
Oh man.
Well, how about I hop into what I've been playing because I don't have a whole lot. I know my got a few more games than you, but I don't have a whole lot to say
Sure.
about them. So I was uh I was bored the other day, and I was looking through stuff I had installed on my Series X, and I was like, you know what? I've skipped over this a billion times on my computer, and I installed it here because I thought maybe I'll try it here. So I finally did. I
Hmm.
finally fired up and played the first like 3 levels of Minecraft Dungeons.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's Minecraft very, very light. Or not
Yeah,
Minecraft. Diablo very, very light.
Diablo very very light. Like at no point did I feel overwhelmed or in danger or
Yeah.
anything in that game. Like it was just it
It's
was
aimed at a demographic that isn't us, really.
really is.
Yeah.
Because when it was coming out, I was all excited. I was like, "It's coming on Game Pass. We should all get on and play a stream of it." And
Yep.
yeah, I totally. It would have been the most boring. Like,
It would have been pretty boring, yeah. Oh yeah, that would not have been great. But yeah, glad you finally played it.
yeah, I played the first 3 levels, and I've now uninstalled it off my PC and off my Xbox. So,
Yep. Yep.
next up on my list here is a game that Brent, fellow grumpy old gamer Brent, has been on me for almost a year to try,
Mm-hmm.
and the game is called Cloudpunk. Now, I didn't do a lot of research into this game,
Mm-hmm.
so I didn't. I just from the screenshots and everything, I kind of assumed it was like it actually has a very like Minecrafty look to it, like
Mm-hmm.
very blocky, like big blocky pixel art.
Mm-hmm.
Looks amazing though. Looks really
Mm-hmm.
good. And it's actually I've put about 3.5, 4 hours into it,
Sure.
and it's a delivery game. Like you're just flying around this like really cool city making deliveries. and like sometimes you gotta kind of figure out a bit of a like you get to an area where you got to make the delivery, and then you get out of your vehicle and you got to maybe solve like a very simple little puzzle to. But yeah, at this point, like Brent's telling me to really hold on because the story takes a big turn. So I'm like, dude, I'm almost 4 hours in. Like, I haven't hit anything besides just delivering. But I'm
Right.
gonna give it a little more time. But um,
Sounds very similar to another type of game that also might be on your list.
it kind of is actually, but
Yeah,
not nowhere near as interesting.
sure.
Um,
Uh,
but yeah, so that's Cloudpunk. I'll give another update next week when we'll see how this one goes.
sure.
And next up was another game that I've had sitting on my desktop here for months.
Mhm.
There seemed to be a lot of hype around it when it launched, and I watched the trailer, and like again, it's a pixel art game,
Mhm.
um, but the pixel art is done very much in the style of like Out of This World or Flashback, like that very like
Oh, like rotoscoped or whatever they
yeah,
called it,
like
right? Yeah.
seems very like yeah, that's a perfect and they do this really cool thing with the display that the top and bottom corners are just curved slightly so
Ah, okay. Yeah.
and you see scan lines so it looks like you're because it's almost the story of Tron, like
Oh,
you're, you're sucked into this computer by the creator and um but you're Narita Boy.
Narita Boy.
And but you know what, man, like I I played like I probably put 2 hours into it,
Hmm.
and I got stuck. Like without I didn't even go, I got frustrated. I didn't even go up on the web to look how to get past this point. But the
Hmm.
level wasn't that large, and I'm
Okay.
like, this is I love this art style. I haven't had a lot of action yet. There's been a lot of exposition, and it's really cool and interesting. And I'm really liking it,
Hmm.
and I'm stuck.
Oh.
I every bit that I could get to that I could find that I could get to,
Hmm.
I searched and I tried talking to everybody and like I was stuck. I could
Hmm.
not I could not get any further. So I got mad and I uninstalled it. I'm like
So, would not recommend.
yeah, you know what? It's on Game Pass.
Hmm.
Go give it a try if you want to experience some really good pixel art. Kind of in that rotoscope style. Um, even just to get the techno sword, which is a pretty epic moment. Um, but yeah, kind of disappointed because I was like really into it and I really wanted to like get somewhere in this game,
Sure.
but my temper got in the way.
You took your ball and you went home.
I took my ball and I went home. Speaking of taking my ball and going home, I rolled credits on Death Stranding.
Yay.
Yes. I really liked that be at the actual end of the game.
Yep. Yep.
It gave me a summary of like all the stuff, including how much time I'd spent in the game, and
Yep.
so it took me 62 hours to play the game and finish it.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a lot more than I thought that I had put into it. Um, the other night, I knew I was coming up to the end of the game,
Hmm.
and it was about 12:30. So I'm like, you know what? I don't want to. I'm just gonna push through. I'm on holidays. I don't got
Sure.
to work in the morning. I'm just gonna push
Hmm.
through. So, um, I finished the game or the final boss,
Hmm.
and then I went into the epilogue.
Ah.
And the epilogue turned out to be 2.5 hours,
Oh
more of gameplay. And then
no.
at that point,
Hmm.
another chapter started, and I'm like, it's 3:30 in the morning. I need to go to bed. so
Oh, funny.
so I finally finished up that final chapter today,
Hey.
and then uh, it starts up the final chapter, which is where you can just go back and just be the delivery guy.
Hmm.
and work on the deliveries. But all that aside, I was talking to Brent there a little bit. He said that's a very Kojima thing
Hmm.
to do for the end to be drawn out there. And like I'm just saying, I didn't hate any of the epilogue
Hmm.
because it tied up so many loose strings, answered so many questions that had come up.
Sure.
Um, Kojima's created this crazy like sci-fi
Hmm.
premise, and if you buy into it, it's so damn cool.
Hmm.
Uh, and anything that was convoluted about it really gets answered in the epilogue. So you got to put 60 hours in to reach
If
to
you
get
make it through the first 60 hours, it's worth it, I swear.
absolutely.
Oh,
But
man.
but you know what? Like usually when at this point in a game, I'm like, oh, set my controller down and
Hmm.
have a beer and be like, I feel like I really. But
Hmm.
I'm honestly probably gonna go back and just work on some delivering. Like
Sure.
there's no like there's actually there might be some trophies to work on, some achievements,
Hmm.
but there's like other than that, like that's basically all that's left in the game is just doing the deliveries.
Sure.
And so many of them can be so fun and like you're laying down the path for other people to use and like building,
Sure.
laying putting out bridges and
Hmm.
ladder. Yeah, it's pretty cool. You never actually you there's a lot of illusion to the game being online,
Hmm.
but you never actually see another player.
That's what I've heard, yeah.
Yeah,
It's,
it's
hmm,
but you see what they've left in the world, and you get little notices when people have used your stuff as well.
nice.
But you never actually see it happen. So,
Sure.
but I'm very happy I played this game and finished it up. I'm so happy with like the whole experience of it. Like this is the stuff I like. Um, yeah, Death Stranding.
Death Stranding.
Give her a play. that's that's my recommendation. If you like good sci-fi and you like want to try something really different, Death Stranding.
Just leave yourself some time.
Give yourself some time. Um, the I didn't put it on here, but I will just mention it quick. Season 10 of Apex Legends started today,
Okay, right?
and I got to play a couple hours before the show here, and surprisingly, so the last two seasons that I've been around for, like I started playing the game in mid season 8.
Hmm.
So I've really only experienced like the beginning of season 9. Um, it it was the beginning of season 9 was not good. Like
Okay.
the game, like the servers were down for 2 days essentially, just with so many bugs and login problems, and oh my god, it's just everything, right? But yeah, got on and played a bunch this afternoon, no troubles. Like got my new battle pass and
Hmm.
seeing everybody play the new character that got launched today. Like every team has it.
Right,
Um,
right.
so it's I really enjoy that game. What can I say?
Very nice. Very nice.
Me and my good buddy Sean there, we get on and play like almost every night for a couple hours. So it's really become a thing.
Very nice.
So now that I've been blabbing on for a while and I said I didn't have much to say about stuff, why don't you tell us what you've been playing, Rob?
Well, uh, first off, I downloaded the Microsoft Flight Simulator for the Series S, mostly because I was curious how well it would play on the Series S. Um, Pretty good.
Oh,
It plays pretty good. There's a little bit of texture pop in. You don't really notice it because you're usually pretty high up, right? But as far as the quality of the gameplay, it's pretty good. My kids and I were doing the training missions there, and I was failing miserably at a lot of it because honestly, trying to do slight controls with an analog stick I've just never been really good at. So it's
Yeah.
like, oh, gently press the nose up on your plane to match the horizon. Oh, fail. Oh, geez. But I mean, it does support, keyboard and mouse, and you can get the fancy yokes and joysticks and all that fun stuff. It's a very passable experience. It seems to play really well. So, will I go back and put lots of time into it? No, because I have a Series S, and 100 gig is an awful lot on a hard drive that's only twice that size anyway. So,
Right.
yeah, it'll
Right.
go away pretty
Yeah.
quick. But it was fun to experience it on it. I can go back to the PC if I want to play it again. So.
Awesome.
And the other game was the Ascent. It was a game I was looking forward to trying out. Kate just came out on Game Pass here, because of course it did. And the best way I could describe this game to you would be a twin stick shooter, cyberpunk role playing game.
Okay.
And the whole idea is there's this paradise city where the grass is green and the girls are pretty. Yeah. And a lot of people have to basically mortgage and indebt themselves to get to this place. And then you're in debt to these people who you have to do tasks for most of your life for being there.
Okay.
And it's very dark and gritty, very cyberpunkish. I just can't think of another way to put it, but it's there's augmentations, there's you get armor, it's a looter shooter a little bit, like it does drop stuff and you place bosses and stuff like that, but you control and shoot with the twin stick. So you're actually it has moments that are very frantic. The guns are, you get a variety of different guns and they've got different amounts of ammo, and it plays really well. It is beating the crap out of my system. I had it on 4K medium for a while just to try and I got to the boss and I had to actually quit the game and lower the resolution because yeah, I just kept, it became a slideshow and he wiped the floor with me, but still looks really great at 1440. It's got all the ray tracing if you had a beefy card like that. The lighting and the amount of characters on and like the atmosphere, it's really good. It took me a while to kind of get into it, but it's really quite something, and it's multiplayer, so you can play with a bunch of your buddies, and yeah, it's getting some great reviews as well on from what I'm seeing there. So, and I can fully endorse it as well. I'm having a lot of fun with it, and I'm going to keep playing it here. So,
like you said, it's an RPG, but from what you're describing, it kind of sounds like moving through the levels, like looter shooting, or are you like, or is it not quite like that?
It's got that aspect to it, but there's also quests.
Okay.
So there's also side quests. They call them codexes.
Okay.
So there is a hub world, and you go into these other things, kind of like in Diablo, right, where you kind of leave and you go to the other areas to kind of do things, and you can find side missions and you find quests and stuff like that. So it's got that aspect to it. Like I picked up all these side missions in like the first level, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have to go back and do those. But yeah, also you get stats, you get different pieces of armor and weapons and stuff like that. So it is very much like a role-playing Fallout kind, like the Fallout kind of role-playing, if you want to think of it like that. Like,
oh, okay.
Yeah. So it is very interesting. Like it's an interesting mashup of stuff that I'm probably going to keep going back to here. So I don't remember who did it here. The Ascent.
Maybe we'll have to do a little streaming of it. I downloaded it. I just didn't get a chance to get to it.
Neon Giant is the developer.
Okay.
And it's Unreal Engine 4, and it was done by a team of 11 people. Which is really impressive considering the art in it, but oh, the Ascent's broken Game Pass edition is getting fixed, developer promises. Okay, so evidently there were a couple of weird things that kind of came up, like I couldn't exit the game. But I was having so much fun I didn't really even notice. But
Right.
yeah, I was just playing a little bit before we got on stream here again, and I was like, oh, I'm hitting the exit to main menu button. It's not doing anything. So it's got some jank in it a little bit. But seeing that 11 guys made it, 11 people, sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's totally forgivable. I mean, it's fun. I was having fun the whole time, right? So
And that's always the most important thing, right?
it is. And don't do drugs.
And don't do drugs.
No, don't do drugs. It's available on Xbox, and Microsoft.
Oh.
Xbox.
Oh.
And Windows.
Right.
Which is how I'm playing it, because
yeah,
you murder a lot of things, and that's not the kind of game I play upstairs with the kids around.
Is it pretty gory?
Or no, but there's the monsters are a little off, and you do shoot a lot of things. So it's
gotcha. Okay.
And I'm trying to remember. I think the language is pretty adultish,
salty.
So, yeah, it's a little salty.
Okay. Well, I probably, hopefully, for next week, I'll have that.
There you go.
I'll have that to try.
I mean, it can't be as bad as Cloudpunk.
Now we see if Brent. Now we'll know if Brent really watches the show or not.
I feel bad because he's been pumping that game to you so hard for like a year, and to hear you kind of be like, "Oh, it's a game.
Fine.
It's got some stuff in it.
It's fine."
Yeah.
He was so sure I would really like it, and
yep.
Yeah. Anyways, I saw that you added something here for making us grumpy.
I sure did, because it made me really mad, and I forgot all about it till you started to talk about mobile games.
Oh yeah. So I will let you take this because I didn't even bother to try harming myself in this way. So
Konami just keeps making me sad. A company that used to love, just routinely takes some of their franchises and makes people sad. That Metal Gear Survival game was one where it was like, what are you guys doing? And recently on your mobile device, they just released Contra Returns. I'm gonna make sure I get that name right. I think it was Contra Returns. Sure was. Classic arcade game returns. It was awful. It's by Proxima Beta Pte Limited. Sure.
It had a great trailer though. Like, how could it be bad?
It had a magnificent trailer.
How could it be bad, Rob?
Yeah. Well,
I think you're just giving it a hard.
Do you like loot boxes?
I love
them. Like loot boxes. Oh boy.
Love loot boxes.
This game, controls like hot garbage. It is. There's nothing redeeming about this game.
So is it touch controls on the screen?
Sure is.
Awesome.
And I mean, that's fine. You can get used to touch controls, but the whole time you're playing it, it never feels like Contra. It like the cutscenes and everything, and like they have some Castlevania looking dudes that are which makes sense, I guess. But it was just the whole time I was like, I'm gonna make myself play this a little bit because it's here. It's bad. It's really bad. No one should play this game. And it made me mad because it's Contra. And it's like the whole thing is like, hey, now you're through with that level. Why don't you click on your loot box? What do you think? You like characters? I mean, just go to the store and look at it. Like they had the little store trailer. Like, no, this isn't gonna come out where the look. That's Contra. They're Contraing. Look how Contra like that looks. Yeah, look at
Uh-huh.
how flashy and Contra is a game about a couple of guys and some guns,
And a whole bunch of aliens.
a whole bunch of aliens. That's Contra.
Did you buy the Contra collection on anything?
I did I bought on the Switch.
Yeah, you should go play that to cleanse your palate.
I will play that because that's real. Even the Alien Wars, which I could never beat,
Mm-hmm.
it was yeah. That's still better than this. Yeah.
Sorry to hear it, man.
So yeah, if you really want to, it's people can go check it out. It's getting patched all the time because it's broken. You just had some new version come out like a couple days ago. The Pro, it's free. So if you want to try it, go try it.
Go
And
try it. Tell Robbie's wrong.
Yeah, tell me how wrong I am and how much you love Contra Returns. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
Thanks, Konami.
that sucks.
Missed my camera.
I wonder if there's ever going to be a point where like a mobile version of a game is not like just associated as being hot garbage. But that's why I didn't even bother trying to try it. It's like it's a mobile game. Like
Yeah.
it's free.
It's free. Yeah. I mean, there are mobile games that are at least fun to pass the time with.
Mm-hmm.
This is not fun to pass the time with.
Yeah.
No.
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 Will Konami ever make a good game again? That's not pachinko.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
We'll let you know. All right. Well, if that's all you got to say about that, Rob, then
Yeah.
maybe we'll take this gravy train into the station and
Gravy chain into the poutine station.
yep. Poutine.
Poutine.
Well, thank you everyone for hanging out with us. We had a good time. We hope you did too. If you want to check out more of our stuff, look us up on Facebook. Just search the Grumpy Old Gamers. You can find we'll post all of our news there and talks. Our forum has been getting a lot of the Grumpy Old Gamers forum has been getting a lot of new members lately. Only half of them are bots, like trying to post singles ads, and
which is not bad.
Yeah, there's been actually some people who have come on and they're chatting over there. So search that out too, the Grumpy Old Gamers forum on Facebook, and we have a website, thegrumpyoldgamers.com. You can find some of our old articles there. And we did some pretty good stuff back then.
Yep. We keep meaning to get back and do reviews and things like that on there.
Yeah.
It's coming.
It's coming. It's been a weird year and a half, 2 years.
I blame the COVID on my laziness.
I blame the COVID too.
Darn COVID.
Stupid COVID. I should just put that up as a post on the webpage.
Yep. Stupid COVID.
Stupid COVID. People know what we're talking about.
Oh, yeah. There won't be that one guy who's like, hey, I liked COVID.
If you want to see something a little newer that we've done, we started out doing a lot of writing, like making articles that way, but I think we've really switched a lot. I mean, you've still done some. You recently did a good one there on the what was that? the Evercade?
Yes.
Was that a video?
Yeah, the Evercade was the last one.
Yeah. So go check it out. It's a great article.
Thanks, fella.
Honestly, I've switched more to video because I do not have the writing chops that Rob does. So
oh gosh.
But yeah, so the site's not dead. There's still some really great stuff on there. We just we don't get to it as often as we used to.
Yeah.
But come check our YouTube page. We've lots of Let's Plays and reviews and stuff on there too. So
I see you've been doing some Death Stranding on there, right?
Yeah.
Or is that still private?
No.
Should I not talk about that?
No, I think I made them all. Only the last one is private. I just didn't get a chance to switch that over. But yeah, I because I was playing that on the PS5. Um, I just it's super easy to stream, so I
Sure.
streamed chapters 8 through 14, which I think worked out to about 6.5 hours of content. So
Take that, YouTube algorithm.
yeah.
All that at once.
But yeah, if you want to check that out, see what I'm talking about, see the fun I'm having in that game, it's yeah. We have a Twitch channel too, which
That's what people keep telling me. Ryan knows the password. I've asked him like 12 times and I've never written it down because I'm just trying to figure out what we have already.
yeah.
But yeah, Twitch.
Twitch.
You want to see us do some Twitch? Let us know. You want to see me play some PSP games on stream? I'll do that too.
Yeah. And you can tell us all this at makeusgrumpy@gmail.com.
That's right.
Best way to get a hold of us. So with that, ending that little segue that we love to get on, I'll just say goodnight. See y'all next week.
Have a good night, everyone.